Hey football fans, it's time for another episode of Breaking Wax. Now stick around to the end for a fun surprise that I received a few weeks ago. And in case you're new here, I'm the football guy and I collect football cards, and this is my show where I add to my collection by opening packs from the past. Today we'll be reviewing 6 packs of 1990 Fleer Premier Edition football cards from this week's 1-minute pack break videos. Now let's get into it. Okay, so you should know that we're going to review the 6 pack breaks featured on this week's daily episodes of my 1-minute pack break series. So if you want to see the actual pack breaks, check out the links in the description. Now let's get into the numbers. All right, let's get into the numbers. Let's take a look at our weekly pack break summary. We broke 6 packs. Well, actually we broke 4 packs, but one was one of these 43 card packs. So we split that up into a couple different rips, and the total purchase price was $8.58. We're looking for 25% back on our investment, which means we're looking for $10.73, and our actual total card valuation was $108. Which puts us in the ROI valuation increase of 1,162%. Yay! Good job, us. All right, so we ripped a total of 104 cards. The cost per card is 9 cents. The value per card was $1.04, and our total Hall of Famers ripped that we found in all the rips is 7 cards. So 6 packs, well, 4 packs, whatever you want to call it. 7 Hall of Famers. So not as good as we'd like to be there. All right, so that's the weekly pack break summary. Let's take a look at the daily stuff. All right, on Saturday, we had a total card valuation of $14.89, which is a 941% increase on our ROI. We did 0 Hall of Famers, so this one we laid a big goose egg. There are a couple of good players. I thought Steve Sewell was pretty good. I like Ricky Sanders and Dalton Hilliard, and even James Brooke. Those were all really good cards. Andre Rison, Steve McMichael, a couple good players there as well. So overall, not a terrible pack, just no Hall of Famers. All right, so that was Saturday. Let's get into Sunday. All right, Sunday we had a valuation of $13.66, which put us at 855% increase. We pulled again 0 Hall of Famers, so another big giant goose egg. Notable players: Morton Anderson, very good. Eric Allen, Herschel Walker. Let's see. Paul Gruber was pretty good. Tony Eason is a name. I don't know how great he was, but he was serviceable. So again, a few good players. I do like the Herschel Walker. I do like the Eric Allen and Morton Anderson. Glad to have those on board. But we still need to get some Hall of Famers here. So that was Sunday. Let's go ahead and take a look at Monday. Monday we had a valuation of $13.93 for a total of 874% increase on the ROI. And we found 2 Hall of Famers, so good job. We found Charles Haley right here of the 49ers, and then we found Richard Dent of the Chicago Bears on that great 85 defense. So pretty cool there. We did find some other good ones. I like this Chris Spielman. Really have a lot of respect for him. He walked away from the game to help take care of his wife that had breast cancer at the time. I think he tried to come back, but he ended up getting a neck injury and lost his career there. Roy Green, good wide receiver. Greg Cragen was pretty good for the Broncos. So 2 Hall of Famers, a couple other good cards, not too bad for Monday. Getting into Tuesday, and we had a $15.88 card valuation for a 1,010% increase on our ROI. And we pulled 1 Hall of Famer, which was Anthony Munoz. So really good tackle for the Bengals there. We had some other good players here. Pat Swilling, really good linebacker for the Saints. Dave Craig, I liked him coming out of Seattle playing there. J.T. Smith was okay. Ken O'Brien was pretty good. And that's about it. Andre Ware was a name, which is he was just average or a little bit below average there. So Tuesday, 1 Hall of Famer, some decent cards. We had a Tony Mandarich sighting as well, so you can't be unhappy with that. Now let's get into Wednesday. Wednesday, we laid a goose egg again for Hall of Famers, but we did pull $21.68 in card valuation, our highest total so far for the week. And I believe this one is, yeah, this is the extended number of cards that we pulled because of the double pack, the double size pack, 43 cards. I think I split it into 22 and 21 cards. So ROI increase was 1,416%. Very good there. No Hall of Famers, like I said. Harris Barton was pretty good for the 49ers. Mark Jackson was a decent receiver. Shane Conlon, I thought he was okay as a linebacker there. Dalton Hilliard, we pulled him again. Another Eric Martin card. Stanley Morgan was pretty good. So, all in all, not too bad. Vi Sikahema was a decent returner. Jeff George was serviceable as a starter. Johnny Hecker was okay. Derek Shepard. There you go. So that was the, I believe that's the 22 cards. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's our 22 cards. So now we're going to get into the Thursday rip, which should be 21 cards here. And we pulled 4 Hall of Famers. So imagine that. The first half of that pack wasn't very good. Second half, really, really good. We had a $28 card valuation for a $1,875 increase in ROI. Hall of Famers included another Charles Haley, so we got a duplicate there. Another Richard Dent. Mike Singletary from the Bears, awesome. And another Troy Aikman that we've pulled before. So pretty cool to pull these Hall of Famers. Let's see other cards of note. Let's see. Seth Joyner, pretty good for the Eagles. Boomer Esiason was a pretty good quarterback for the Bengals. Andre Rison, another card there, so that's a duplicate. Mike Harden, I liked him when he was with the Raiders. Steve McMichael, another duplicate for Steve McMichael. We pulled another Richard Dent here. And let's see. Calvin Martin was okay. So there you go, 21 more cards. That's the remainder of the cards. 4 Hall of Famers, pretty good. So enough with the numbers. Let's get into looking at some of these cards. All right, let's get into these cards here. This is pack number 1. We've got Steve McMichael, really good player there. We've got, whoops, for some reason I can't hit these stands right. Andre Rison, another good player there as well. Mike Lansford, Maurice Carthon, Mike Shad, Broderick Thompson, I should say. Dalton Hilliard, I liked him pretty good. There's Derek Shepard, Bob Perryman, William Howard, Chip Banks, Tim Spencer, Steve Sewell was decent. James Brooks, Ricky Sanders, both good players as well. Here's what the back of the card looks like. So not too bad. You get another picture of the player and some stats there. You know, we talk about the designs of these cards, and I do like the design overall because I do like the thick border all the way around. That's nice. One thing, my big pet peeve here is the big football, which is pretty ridiculous looking. I mean, they just stretched it right out. So anyways, this is probably one of my top 5 designs so far that I've seen. Pretty nice. All right, let's for day 1, let's get into the rest of them here. All right, day 2, we've got Tyrone Braxton, Tony Eason, Lewis Sharp, Paul Gruber, Brian Blades, Eric Williams, Ron Morris, John Forcade, Perry Kemp, Keith Jones. Eric Allen was a pretty good player. We'll put him up there. Farrell Edmonds, Don Mosbar, Herschel Walker, a player that has one of the biggest trades in NFL history. And then Morton Anderson. So Morton Anderson was a pretty good player as well. And this is a special card here. It's a Flair All-Pro. So these are actually 2 different sets that I've seen on Sports Card Database. You know, this is the base set here, and Morton Anderson is part of the 1990 All-Pro set, which is kind of a different set. So pretty interesting. Like both cards real good. So we'll get into day number 3. All right, day number 3, we got a Bill Brooks. Mike Harden, pretty good player. He played opposite of Lester Hayes, the guy with all the stickum out there in LA or in Oakland. Here's Vince Newsom, Scott Radicek, Alonzo Highsmith, Craig Cragen, good player for the Broncos there. Looks like he racked up 363 tackles in 5 years, so decent amount of tackles there. Troy Benson, Roy Green, pretty good player for the Cardinals. He had 3,000 yard seasons here. A couple other subpar years, but overall pretty good. Let's see, number of receptions, 78, 78, 68. So some decent numbers there. Lars Tate, Norm Johnson, kicker, Eric Martin, pretty good receiver. Let's see. He racked up a couple 1,000-yard seasons at the end here, 85 and 68 catches, so not bad there. We'll put him on the stand. Mark Murphy, Richard Dent, so he's a Hall of Famer. We'll put him up here. Here's Chris Spielman I was talking about. Really interesting player. If you don't know the history on Chris Spielman, be worth taking a look at. Really pretty good player there. So again, 2 years he played here, 88, 89, didn't have much going on, 4.5 sacks, 2 recovered fumbles. He had over 100 tackles each year, so, he's a tackling machine. So we like him. And then Charles Haley, Hall of Famer as well. And again, this is a duplicate, so anybody interested in the Charles Haley, let me know. I'm willing to trade. So that is pack number 3. Let's get into pack number 4. All right, pack number 4, we got a Fleer All-Pro here, Rich Camarillo, punter. So we got a kicker and a punter. You know, how cool is that, huh? Andre Ware, again, I think he was pretty much considered a bust, but he was bounced around the league quite a bit. Mike Walter, Gerald Riggs, Ken O'Brien. I don't know, you may have saw in one of our past Breaking Wax episodes we pulled his wife in the NFL Portraits line, which was interesting because I didn't realize they did cards for the wives of quarterbacks. I don't know. So far, that's the only one I found, but that was interesting. J.T. Smith was a decent receiver. Bruce Hill, Mike Kofer, Dennis Gentry. I think he was on the 85 Bears team as well. Yeah, he was there. And kind of a role player, but Evan Cooper, Byron Evans, Anthony Munoz is our Hall of Famer. Really like this guy. 9th consecutive year he was selected to the Pro Bowl. Dave Craig, I did like him out of Seattle. Always rooted for him and Largent over there. And then even Kurt Warner back in the day. So pretty cool card there. Pat Swilling, part of the great linebacking core in New Orleans. Let's see, he had 42 sacks in 4 years, so over 10 sacks a year. That's pretty good. Not so many tackles, but he was definitely one of those awesome linebackers there. And Tony Mandrich, our offensive lineman. I think we could label him a bust, but fun to pull him anyways. So there you go. That is pack number 4. Let's get into the big pack. We're just going to combine it all. So packs 5 and 6, or breaks 5 and 6, are going to be in one sitting here. So here we go. Rich Camarillo base card, so not the All-Pro card. Johnny Hector, Burt Grossman, Bob Perryman, Derek Shepard, Dalton Hilliard. Got another double of him. Anybody want a Dalton Hilliard card? Give me a buzz. Broderick Thompson, Mike Lansford, Don Warren, Mark Jackson, pretty good receiver. We'll put him up here. We got another Eric Martin, so if you want an Eric Martin, we're racking up some Saints over here. David Treadwell, Shane Conlon, Chet Brooks, Steve Brown, Bobby Humphrey, and Bobby Humphrey. This was pretty interesting. 2 people named Bobby Humphrey, spelled the exact same way. Oh, not exactly. This one, Humphrey. This one is Humphrey. So that's something I didn't notice, but I thought they were the same name. Different players, obviously, but cool. All right. Harris Barton, I thought he was pretty good in the 49ers system. Vias Ikehimo is a good return guy, so we'll put him over there. Donnell Thompson, Jeff George. Again, bounced around the league quite a bit. Stanley Morgan, good player. Put him on the stand over here. Mike Shad, Maurice Carthon, Phil Brooks, Mike Harden. So another Mike Harden. Anybody want a Mike Harden card? Let me know. Vince Newsom, Scott Radicic, Lee Williams, Anthony Toney, Scott Studwell, Sean Landetta, Jerry Gray, Kelvin Martin. Here's our Boomer Esiason card. So pretty interesting card here. 2, 4, 6 years in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row over 3,000 yards. So that's pretty cool. He was a pretty good receiver there for the Bengals. Seth Joyner, good player with the Eagles. Let's see, we had 56 sacks. No, 14. Gotta get my eyes checked. 14 sacks in 4 years. He did get over 100 tackles the last couple of years here and got real close to the year before that, 96. So he was pretty good. Put him over there. Steve McMichael, like him. Richard Dent, Hall of Famer. We'll put him up here. Mike Singletary, another Hall of Famer. Troy Aikman, Hall of Famer. And then you've got Andre Rison, another good player there. This is, looks like maybe his rookie card. So that's pretty cool, like that. Charles Haley, here's another double of Charles Haley. So if anybody needs him, let me know. Put him over there. Travis McNeil and Mike Saxon. So those are the cards. Again, this is probably one of my top 5 sets that I like to collect because I do like the look of the card, at least the front, except for this giant football. And the back is pretty good too. I mean, you get an extra picture, but I do like the stats. That's the key there. So, all right, enough of the cards. Let's get back to the video. Okay, time for our bonus segment. My mother-in-law sent me a care package that had a 1989 traded series, so that's pretty awesome. This will be my second box. Did look a little rough here, just little crease in the box. Anyways, when I pulled out the cards, all the cards looked really good. All the edges looked nice there. No issues with the corners or anything, so that was good. I still got to go through and put them in order and then sleeve up all the rookies. But now I've got a second 1989 traded series. So if anybody needs a Barry Sanders rookie card, let me know. Well, maybe we can work out a trade. And then it also came with another pack of, a loose pack of different cards here that I haven't really looked at yet. So let's take a look here. We've got Turbocharged Stephon Diggs. That's a pretty nice looking card. David Montgomery, Michael Haynes, Tom Beebe, Danny Villa, David Johnson, Jeff Yeager, Jim Jeffcoat, pretty good player there. Brian Brennan, he was a decent receiver. Dickerson finds an opening. That's awesome. ED. Wilbur Marshall, another good player there. Monty Coleman. Jim Kelly, we got a Hall of Famer out of it. And John Fina. And then we got a Buffalo Bills team card. So, all in all, awesome little care package from my mother-in-law. As you can see, there's quite a few different cards. Here's Upper Deck. We've got the Edge from '93. We got Tops. So these look like newer cards. Obviously, Select, Mosaic. So pretty cool to get these extra cards, these bonus cards, and the 1989 Tops Traded series. Really cool. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around to check out these awesome gifts.